Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Just want to do an update video. We talked about this this past Saturday about the Hamas shooting missiles over there in the land of Israel. Just wanted to do an update video. So this came out, I'm not sure when this came out, but obviously it came out between today and yesterday. It says, world in shock, 300 dead, 1,450 injured, 50 kidnapped, Netanyahu vows revenge, could spiral out of control. So the land of Israel was attacked yesterday, sometime early Saturday morning. It was their Sabbath, and Hamas attacked them. Now, according to the scriptures, when the true people are living in the land, or let's just put it this way, right? When the people of Israel or the people of God are living in the land, it talks about there will be no more war, no more peace. No more peace, no more death, no more anything, right? For the former things are passed away. If the children of God or the people of God are living in the land, why is there war on the earth? Why is it that they're having wars with other nations? Why is it that there's confusion? And now why is it that Netanyahu vows revenge? If they are the true children or people of God, there should be peace on earth. There should be no wars, no nothing. And as the scriptures say, every people shall flow unto them and want to learn the ways of the Heavenly Father. Why is it, and I'm going to bring out these precepts, why is it that none of these things are happening? Again, right, I'm going to back this up with precepts, right? Scriptures talk about the nations shall flow unto Israel, right? Unto the people of God, and out of Zion shall come the law. Is that happening in the world right now? Are all nations right now, Africans, you so-called African Americans, Americans, Chinese, Japanese, is anybody flowing to Jerusalem right now to learn the laws of God from these people? Matter of fact, since I mentioned that, let's get it, right? It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. As you can see it at the top, excuse me, pardon me. It says God's universal reign. It says the word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, right, which is all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And this is a future prophecy that has not happened yet, because you cannot bring up when did this happen at any point in history. If you know using Daniel chapter 7 as a timeline, the Israelites went into captivity to the Babylonians, to the Medo-Persians, to the Greeks, Romans. At what point in time was this prophecy ever fulfilled? Because, people will say, oh, that's the Old Testament. Well, at what point in time in the Old Testament was this prophecy fulfilled that everybody would come to the Lord's people to learn the Lord's way? When the Lord's people were in captivity from the Babylonians, Medo-Persians, Greeks, Romans, right? This is a future prophecy that has not happened yet. Verse 2, it says, and it shall come to pass in the last days, which we're living in right now, that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established. Mountain could represent government, right? So really that says that the government of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. So it shall be established above the other governments, right? And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Let me see what that says there for flow. It says to be radiant, flow stream. But basically it means that all nations shall go unto the government of the Lord that he has set up to learn about their ways. Right, here it goes. In the last days, the mountain of NLT, in the last days, the mountain of the Lord's house will be the highest of all, the most important place on the earth, right? It will be raised above other hills, and people from all over the world will stream there to worship. Again, Are Americans streaming? I'm using modern day terms. Are Americans streaming to go learn about the ways of God? Are Chinese people doing that? Are Iranians doing that? Hell, are even the people that are near the land doing that? They're right there, so they're the closest. Are any of these nations or anybody on earth going to this place to learn about the ways of the Heavenly Father? Do you see any nation on earth flowing to this place? We're living in the last days, so it says it shall happen in the last days. No, because the people of the Lord are not living in the land. Verse 3, it says, and many people shall go and say, right? So this is what the other nations are going to say. Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain, or the government of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem. Right? People, NLT again, it says, people from many nations will come and say, come, let us go up to the mountain, or again the government of the Lord, to the house of Jacob's God. There he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the Lord's teaching will go out from Zion, his word will go out from Jerusalem. So again, if these are the people of the Lord, why is there no teaching of the Lord's way out of that place? They're living in the land, right? The Israelis, dealing with the Balfour Declaration, they said that, hey, that was when, the fulfillment of prophecy that, they were back in the land. If that's the case, from the minute they got back in the land, all nations should have flowed unto them and say, hey, we want to learn of your ways. We want to learn of your God and come there to worship. You don't see that at all since they've got that land. I believe 1948, if I'm not mistaken. So from 1948 till now, no nation on the earth has said, come ye, let us learn the ways of the Israelis, and they will teach us of their God, and we will come there to worship their God and learn of their ways. There was no government. Well, I mean, they do have a government set up, but they didn't establish a government that will make all nations flow unto it. So again, how are these people the people of the Lord? Right, verse 4, it says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hoods. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. So when the people of the Lord are back in the land, basically meaning that there's going to be peace. There's not going to be war upon the earth anymore. You can't teach when there's confusion and there's noise, right? Think of it like a classroom, and you're the teacher, right? You can't teach or instruct people when there's a whole bunch of noise, somebody's being disruptive, doing this and that. So what? You need quiet. So think of it the same way. The Lord's people are going to need quiet when they're instructing and teaching, right? Meaning that there's not going to be no wars upon the earth anymore. It's going to be time for instruction. Same thing like when you go to a classroom. Hey, when it's recess time, you're all, loud and noisy. But when it's time to get in the classroom and learn, it's peace, it's quiet. You're listening to the instructor, right? So it's the same thing. Sorry, I kind of woke up like 10 minutes ago. So let's go into our word also, Jerusalem, and then I'll bring up the article. Hebrew word for Jerusalem is Yerushalayim, right? Which means teaching of peace. So out of Zion, again, like it says, or out of Jerusalem, there would be peace taught, right, to these other nations. Again, when did the Israelis ever teach any nation about peace? You can't tell me when they taught about peace, because ever since they got in that land, it's been nothing but war, right? And Netanyahu is talking about how, they're planning for revenge, if I'm not mistaken. What did he say? What does this guy say? Yeah, Netanyahu vows revenge. If that was a fulfillment, or if you people are truly the people of the Lord, you shouldn't be vowing revenge at all. You should be teaching the people, right? Again, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, right? All nations shall flow unto it. Jerusalem meaning teaching of peace, right? If I'm not mistaken, the Hebrew, going a little in depth to the root words, Yerah which means to direct, teach, instruct. And obviously, shalom meaning peace. So instructing peace upon the earth. They are not instructing peace upon the earth. Because why? Because they're the Edomites. And the scriptures say what? Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Because those people living over there in the land are not the children of the Lord. They're not the Israelites. They're the Edomites living in the land. And of course, there's not going to be peace upon the earth because they're not the people of the Lord. So therefore, there's not going to be peace on the earth. It says what? And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So that was the blessing of Esau, right? The sword. He was not blessed to bring peace upon the earth. He was blessed to bring war, to bring destruction upon the earth. Think about it. The blessing that Esau got was what? The sword. And what do you do with a sword? A sword is a killing instrument. A sword represents a time of war, right? You're going out to kill someone. If Esau represents the sword, how can he ever bring peace with that? Scriptures also talk about the son of perdition. This man is fitted for destruction. Therefore, he can only bring destruction. Let's go through the article. So this is an update from the previous article. Matter of fact, let me go back just to show you. Sorry if these pop-ups, this website has a lot of pop-ups and all that. So that article that I'm going to go through is an update from this that happened early Saturday morning. This is what happened early Saturday morning. It says, urgent Israel at full-scale war following surprise attack from Hamas, over 5,000 rockets fired. So that was early Saturday morning yesterday. This is an update now. So it says, Israelis from the Gaza Strip to Ra'ana were awakened by sirens at 6:29 a.m. on Shabbat morning. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. It says Simchat Torah as Hamas fired. Hold on one second. Sorry about that noise. It says as Hamas fired an unprecedented number of rockets at dozens of targets, including Rosh Tizan and Tel Aviv, it is estimated that at least 3,000 rockets were fired in a few hours, and thousands more throughout the day and into the evening. As of 10 p.m. Saturday night, Israel's health ministry announced that at least 1,452 Israelis were injured, including 18 in critical condition and 267 in moderate to serious condition. Tragically, at least 300 Israelis were confirmed dead, including 20 Israeli police officers who were killed inside the Sderot or Darat police station held by Hamas terrorists. Israeli media reported late Saturday night that instructions were given to blow up the police station where Hamas terrorists were holed up. So you heard about almost close to 1,500 Israelis were dead or injured, right? 300 were confirmed dead. About almost 1,500 of them were injured, and 20 of those that out of the 300 were police officers that died. Again, bring out another precept, right? This is in Book of Revelation, which is the time that we're living in now. Right? Again, if these are the people of the Lord, these prophecies should be, I believe the word is enacted, right? Let me make sure of that. I just want to make sure that I'm saying that correctly. I believe the word would be enacted. Basically, it would be activated right now. It would be going, and it would be happening right now, right? We would be seeing it in our time. So this is Revelation chapter 21, starting from the top. as you can see, it says new heaven and a new earth. It says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Representing that new heaven and new earth doesn't mean the earth is going to blow up. It represents what? A refreshed earth, a refreshed rulership, because heaven could also mean rulership, right? Because I'm sorry, I'm about to say Hebrew word. The Greek word there for new is kainos, which says what? Recently made, fresh, recent, unused, unworn, right? So new. Things were made new upon earth, right? Example, like during the time of Noah. The earth, like it said, during the time of Noah was filled with violence. And what? The Lord pretty much did a reset, a kainos, and made things new. Let's restart this, so that way things could be run upon the earth better. But obviously we know that it didn't get better. So that's what's going to happen in this time period very soon. A new heaven, new rulership, and a new earth, a refreshed earth is coming. The earth is not going to blow up. It says, and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city. Now, this is visions that the Apostle John got on the island of Patmos that he was banished away to. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, which represents the people, right? Not the land going to come down out of the sky. New Jerusalem represents the people. It says, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband, right? Think of it like an actual wedding reception. What? The bride comes out from the room and she comes down the aisle, right? In her wedding adornment and things like that. Think of it like that. So it represents the people coming down from the chariots, because as the nuclear missiles come down, hit America simultaneously before it touches, but it's going to get to that point of touching it, the elect will be beamed up into the chariots, which people today call the UFOs. And they're going to be up. They're going to, and like it says in the scriptures, in the twinkle of the eye, their body shall be changed as they're going up into the chariot. Right? So then New Jerusalem, which is the people, the elect, are going to come down upon the earth. As a bride adorned for her husband, like I gave the example of, think of it like a wife coming down the aisle to her husband. Verse 3, it says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God. This is what the point I want to get. Verse 4 says, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Read then the NLT. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death, or sorrow, or crying, or pain. All these things are gone forever. So, if these are the people of the Lord, why is their land getting attacked again when they're supposed to be teaching peace? And why is their land, why is it that 300 of them died when the scriptures say there shall be no more death, no more sorrow? Right now, these people are in sorrow now. About 1,500 of them are injured. 300 of them have died. And right now, they're unsure about what's going to happen next, which pretty much they probably know that they're about to go to war. We'll see how things happen within these next couple of days. But the scriptures say what? I'm sorry. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. Right now, people are tearing up because they lost family members. And there shall be no more death. 300 people just died. 20 of them police officers. Neither sorrow or crying. 1,500 of them are crying in pain right now. Neither shall there be any more pain. Like I said, 1,500 of them are injured. For the former things are passed away. Or like it said in the NLT, these things are gone away forever. Again, according to the scriptures that I'm bringing out, these things should be enacted or should be going on right now, which is, again, just going to use modern terms. They call themselves the Israelis. They should be teaching peace right now upon the earth, and all nations should be flowing unto it. Right now, there should be no death, no pain, no war going on the earth when they're in the land. When the people of God are in the land, they are supposed to be peace upon the earth and teaching the ways of God upon the earth. None of these things are being enacted right now. None of these things are happening right now because because the people that are living in the land are not the chosen people of the Lord. They're imposters that are acting as if they're people of the Lord, that have taken that land for the joy of their heart. There are Edomites living in the land. Now, we will say that there are some of them that may look, that look so-called white or look like Amalek, or who appear to be Amalek, but they can't go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We do say that. And even some of our people there who are in the land right now as well, that you would say look so-called black. But according from these two precepts that I brought out in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, and Revelation, the 21st chapter, you see none of these things going. And the scriptures say that what? All things shall be fulfilled. And that the Heavenly Father is not a man that he should lie. So if these things weren't fulfilled in the Old Testament, right? Well, as far as Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, when is this going to be fulfilled then? Because they said that they're the people of the Lord and they're in the land, but yet we see no teaching of peace. We see war continuously. Excuse me. In Revelation, no more death, but yet we see death happening in the land. It says Defense Minister Yov Gallant, I'll read a little bit more of this, extended the emergency security situation status to the entire state of Israel. Also, scriptures talk about, and their seed shall be known amongst the Gentiles. It shall not be called the state of Israel. They shall be known as, let me see. It's Isaiah 62. Or is it 61? There we go. But ye shall be named priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God, and ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory ye shall boast yourselves. But I forget, this is not the one that I wanted, but it talks about, oh, here it is, Slakia. There we go. Verse 9, that's what I wanted. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed meaning Zerai, meaning what? The offspring. This is a seed, a bloodline thing, which the Lord had blessed. So it's not going to be known as the state of Israel. They're going to be known as the seed, right? Or their descendants will be recognized and honored among the nations. Everyone will realize that they are a people the Lord had blessed, right? So this is not going to be known as the state of Israel, right? It's going to be all 12 tribes from Judah to Issachar, and they are going to be known as the seed that the Lord has blessed, the seed that the Lord has cared for, not the state of Israel. That's another thing that's not acknowledged. They're not acknowledged as the seed that the Lord has blessed. So I'll read that again. It says, Defense Minister, I'm going to try to say these names as best I can, so I apologize if I butcher them, not being disrespectful. It says, Yov Gallant extended the emergency security situation status to the entire state of Israel on Saturday night, which enables the Home Front Command to restrict gatherings across the country. Hamas was using new short-distance rockets that carry up to 200 kilograms of explosives and fired them in dense waves that overwhelmed the Iron Dome systems. Soon enough, buildings, cars across Israel's south, including Ashkelon, Ashdod, Beit Dagon, I'm going to guess that would be Bayat Dagon, Ramli, and elsewhere, caught fire as did many parked cars. Israel vowed to enact revenge on Palestinian militants after they launched a surprise attack on the country on Saturday, warning Hamas that they had made a grave mistake. Right here it says, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed that the militants will pay an unprecedented price after their attacks killed at least 40 Israelis. Palestinian officials have since claimed 161 people have been killed in retaliatory hopefully my tongue right now. Strikes by Israel. Slakia. So that would be it right there. So again, with the precepts that I brought out, if these were the people of the Lord, these things shall not be happening. Actually, also, I want to show this as well. I'm not going to go into this article. Matter of fact, screw it. We'll go into it. Not this article. I'm curious to hear what it says. Right here. It says what? People celebrating attack on Israel in London, Saudi Arabia, blames Israel for unprecedented attack, Hamas terror attack. So people are celebrating that the people of God just got attacked, but that doesn't sound like the scriptures, because let's go to Proverbs. If I'm not mistaken, Proverbs, yep. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, which the people of God are the righteous, and they're claiming that they are the people of God, so they're supposed to be the righteous. When the righteous are in authority, right, in position to enact the laws of God, right, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So which do we see right now? Do we see the people rejoicing that the righteous are in authority? Or do we see the people mourning that because the wicked beareth rule? I think we should be able to see that what? The people are mourning right now. So therefore what? Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Because again, those people living in the land are not the people of the Lord. They're Edomites. Although some, again, can be Israelites. Because this is not a color thing. There's no such thing as a black Hebrew Israelite. There's no such thing as a white Hebrew Israelite. There's no such thing as a Spanish Hebrew Israelite, or whatever you may call it. There's no such thing as a white person. No such thing as a black person. We're not from a crayon box. We go according to the seed of our fathers. Again, going back to Isaiah 61 and 8, if I'm not mistaken, or 9, talks about they shall be known among the Gentiles, the seed that the Lord has blessed. It didn't say the black people that the Lord has blessed. No, it says the seed that the Lord has blessed. All right. It says when the godly are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked are in power, they groan. So I'm going to go through this article a little bit and see what it says. Says police, these pop-ups, it says police patrols have stepped up in London after videos emerged of people appearing to celebrate the attack on Israel, which a government minister said was glorifying the terrorist activities of Hamas. Scotland Yard was urged to intervene by Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick as he shared a video posted on social media by the Countdown presenter Rachel Riley after Hamas launched its biggest attack in years on Israel. On Saturday evening, Riley posted on social media, I just passed two cars in West London driving with Palestinian flags flying from each window, bouncing up and down in their cars, seemingly celebrating they were having a party. Make no mistake, this is a dangerous and terrifying time for all Jews around the world. She later posted a video which showed people waving Palestinian flags, beeping car horns, and clapping, and said Acton, half an hour ago, popped into a cafe for some black lava, whatever that is. With the kids and our Ukrainian friends, people have been brutally murdered, kidnapped, and there are people in London dancing. But again, going back to Isaiah chapter 2, when the people of the Lord are in the land, all nations shall flow unto it. You're seeing right now the opposite of that. Nobody's flowing unto it. There's no teaching of peace, and people are actually happy that people died. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't line up with the scriptures at all. So how can these be, again, the people of the Lord? They're not, because you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, who are the true children of Israel, the true people of the Lord, are not living in your land right now because the Lord has not set us to go back there. I'm going to read this part. Oh, let me see. It says she wrote, celebrating the murders and kidnappings of Israelis is quite possibly the most heinous act of public hate I've seen on the streets of London. Mr. Jenrick shared Riley's post on Twitter and said these disgusting people are glorifying terrorist activities. Glorifying the terrorist activities of Hamas, a prescribed organization. So yeah, they're gonna speak against it, say, "Oh my God, you people are terrible," and things like that. So that's all I want to bring up. So I'll definitely put in all three of the articles. I'll put in this and the article I read, and I'll also put in this one so you can see it as well if you want to read about what happened, read about what they say happened yesterday. But according to prophecy, according to Isaiah the 2nd chapter and Revelation chapter 21, you see that death is happening in the land. But when the Heavenly Father said, "What? There shall be no more death or sorrow, for all those things that are supposed to be passed away. Those are the former things." And that there we see also Jerusalem, which means teaching of peace. We see no teaching of peace there because the true people of the Lord are not living in the land, and they don't fit prophecy. They do fit prophecy, but they don't fit that prophecy at all because they're not the people of the Lord. They're the Edomites living in our land. And the true people of Jacob, the true people of the Lord, the true children of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, have not been restored to their land as of yet, because the Lord hasn't come back to put us back in our land. And that's just the truth, regardless if you believe or not. Matter of fact, I'll end with that. Because, some people say, "How do you know this? How do you know that?" I don't believe. Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. So even if you don't believe it, even if you can't see it, I don't see how we're the people of the Lord. I don't see how they're not the people. Shall your unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. Let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So regardless if you don't believe, it's not going to shake the elect's fate. So pray this video is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole elect. Shalom.